In today's video, we are doing another TBR video, picking my summer TBR. No way. Say there's drama in a book and I am in. Why am I like manifesting right now? If we get a glimpse of Theo Silva, this is the best TBR video on my channel. Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing another TBR video. This one is going to be picking my summer TBR. I'm so excited. Summer is my favorite time to read. I feel like it's the best time to read summer romance books. I'm really excited. I have a few books on my radar already, which if they don't get picked for the official TBR, I'm still going to tell you guys which books I plan on reading during the summertime on my own. I'm really excited. We are going to be using the handy dandy TBR prompts. I did do a few updates. I didn't add any more prompts to this bag, but last TBR video we did get board game chooses TBR, which if you don't know, I made a board game once upon a time to pick books to put on my TBR, and it was so outdated with books that I no longer want to read or books that I have already read. It was needed for an update. So if we do pick the board game chooses, we now have it updated, which I'm honestly hoping we do pick it because I did put, again, just new books that are on my radar now. So I'd be really excited to use that, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to put this mic on myself. Hopefully the audio doesn't come out too bad. I'm using this mic because there's a vacuum on in my house. My nieces and nephews are about to come over, so it's going to be chaos in a little bit, but I just wanted to be safe and use this mic. So we are going to open this and we're going to pick our first prompt. We're going to be picking 8 prompts. That means we're going to have 8 books on our TBR. Obviously, this is for the entirety of summer, so I thought in a span of 3 months, I could definitely try to read the 8 books that are going to be put on the TBR. Let's go. First TBR prompt. I'm so excited. Oh, this one was open already. OMG. The first one we get is free pick. I am so excited. This is the best thing I could have picked right now, obviously, because I already told you guys I have so many books on my radar already for the summertime. So let's go to my shelf. Also, I'm going to be trying to pick books that are on my physical TBR. This is like my summary shelf over here. There are some books on my radar here for the summer. I have 2 right here. First, I have The 5-Star Weekend by Elin Hilderbrand. Obviously, all her books are so summery, and I purposely got this book because I really wanted to read one of her books for the first time, and specifically in the summertime. I searched up what was her most popular book, and this is the one that came out. So I'm really excited. This is a really high contender, honestly. We also have The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. I definitely want to read this one because I've heard that this is perfect for the summertime. There's a summer setting in this. There's a summer wedding, and it just sounds really good. It's about 2 exes that have to come together for their best friend's wedding and kind of work together. It sounds really good. I'm trying to think if I have any others that I want to read in the summertime. Do I have any more here? I think I have more at the top, actually. So let me go grab those. Okay, I actually brought a couple from the top. So first we have The Wedding People. This is one that was on my radar for the summer. I just feel like the cover looks really nice. This one I think is about a girl who goes to a hotel to do something really terrible, and then she meets the bride and the whole bridal shower that is at this hotel, and the bride is like, you're not doing that, it's my wedding weekend, you're not gonna ruin it, basically. And then they strike up a friendship. You see all these people that are going to the wedding. It sounds really interesting, honestly. Then I recently bought Broken Country. I've heard such great things about this book. I honestly don't really know what it's about, but I have heard great things. I just don't know if this is the highest on my radar. So we also have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. This is also high on my radar for the summertime. Again, it's just the cover. I feel like is really nice. I don't know much about this book either. I know there's a painting involved. I think it's like this, the cover is like the painting that they talk about in the book, and it's about like a group of friends, and that's all I really know. I just heard great things about most of these books. And then we also have Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. I definitely want to read this summer just because it just came out, and an Elsie Silver book in the summer is honestly peak. Also an option, but I think the most obvious choice is going to be The 5-Star Weekend by Elin Hilderbrand. I just think out of all the books I have, this is the most summery book, and I definitely want to read this in the summer. This is probably highest on my radar to read in the summer specifically. I'm really excited about this one. I don't really know what this is about. I've heard a lot of her books consist of like drama. Say there's drama in a book and I am in. It says, Hollis's life seems picture perfect. She's the creator of a popular food blog and is married to a dreamy heart surgeon, but after Hollis and her husband get into an argument one snowy morning, he leaves for the the airport and is killed in a car accident. The cracks in Hollis's perfect life, her strained marriage, and her complicated relationship with her daughter grow deeper. When Hollis hears about something called a 5-star weekend, a woman summons together her best friends, one for each phase of her life: her teenage years, her 20s, her 30s, and midlife. She decides to host her own 5-star weekend. The gathering turns out not to be a joyful Hallmark movie. The husband of Hollis's childhood friend Tatum arranges for Hollis's first love, Jack, to drop by. This sounds really good. Stirring up old feelings. Meanwhile, Tatum is forced to play nice with Drew Ann, Hollis's abrasive and elitist best friend from UNC. Drew Ann's career as a prominent sports agent is in jeopardy after her comments about a client's mental health. Okay. The 5-Star Weekend is a surprising and captivating story about friendship, love, and self-discovery set on Nantucket. It will be a weekend like no other. I am so excited. I've obviously heard great things about this author. You guys have heard it all, basically. I'm really excited. So this is the first book we're adding to the TBR. What a perfect choice. Okay, we're going on to pick our second TBR prompt. Oh, I picked 2. Okay. No way. I got another free pick. Oh my god. You guys would probably think I'm like cheating. You guys saw me pick that out. I shuffled, I shook it. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a great TBR video, isn't it? Best choices ever. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the stack that I just chose from and see which ones I want to read the most from here. Honestly, I think I'm gonna take out Broken Country just because I feel like I can read this during any time of the year, not specific to summer. And then the other books, I'm honestly in between Fever Dream and The X-Files just because these are pure romance books and I'm kind of in the mood to read romance books mostly in the summertime. So these are the 2 that are on my radar, and I think I'm leaning more towards The X-Files just because I've had this on my shelf for such a long time. I've been waiting to read it during the summertime. I think I bought it last summer, and at that point it was like too late to read the book. It just wasn't the vibe. Even though I do want to read Fever Dream, I just think I have been waiting to read this one for such a long time. I've heard such great things about this book, and I think this one is going to be the one I choose. On the top it says, estranged exes must stick close together to save their best friend's wedding after a string of disasters in this swoony and steamy second chance romance. It just sounds so good. Free pick. This is the one I'm picking. This is the second book on the TBR. This is going great. Maybe I don't want to speak too soon because we still have 6 more to pick, but I'm pretty happy right now. Next TBR prompt. So you guys can see, if I get free pick again, you guys know I'm like not cheating. Okay, I think we got an actual prompt this time. We got board game chooses. Why am I like manifesting right now? We're gonna get the board game. Like I said, I did update the board game so that there's more books that I now want to read, not from like 2 years ago when I originally made it. So I'm going to get the board game. We're going to set it up. Okay, because I don't know where my dice are, I'm going to use this random number generator. We're obviously going to put the max to 12 because those are the numbers on 2 die. That's what it's going to be, 1 to 12. We're going to generate it once wherever I go. So we start here and then we're just going to go around. We have thrillers, romance, fantasy. These are for books, which I actually have to set that up. So if we land on this one, it'll just directly pick a book for me to read. And if I pick this one, it'll pick a TBR prompt. So I would be able to pick my own book. Let's actually shuffle these before we place them down. Let's generate the number generator. Hopefully it focuses so you guys can see. Let's click generate. 5. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we landed on Fantasy Falls. We would go in here and we would pick a purple prompt. I'm gonna try not to look and just see if I pick a purple one. Okay, no I didn't. Okay, we have a purple one here. Let's see which one it picks. Honestly, I'm not that excited that I picked a fantasy, just because I feel like in the summertime I'm not really in the mood for fantasy, but let's see which one it picks. The one I picked is The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. Honestly, I'm not that mad about this one just because I don't own it physically. There's not too much pressure to read it. I would read this on my Kindle. I've heard great things about this book. I'm pretty sure it's like vampires, and that's really all I know. I have had this book on my kind of mental TBR for a very long time, so I'm not too mad about this one, honestly. So that is the third book added to our TBR. Okay, now we're going to pick our 4th TBR prompt. Let's see what we get. Book with your favorite color on the cover. This is an interesting one. I've never got this one. So my favorite colors are pink and red. So I guess we have to find a book that has pink and red on it. I don't think any of the ones we chose earlier have pink and red. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. This one has some pink in it, but I I feel like the majority is blue, so we'll just put this one on the side. We're gonna have to start looking at books that I haven't really read yet to see which ones are pink and red. Honestly, I don't think I have any. Why do I feel like I don't have that many books on my physical TBR? I haven't read The Invisible Life, but this isn't pink. I haven't read Hooked. I haven't read The Nightingale, but none of these are pink or red. There's red on this, the strawberries, so like this could be a maybe. I think I've read all those books. Oh, we have Saving Six. Let me grab that book. Okay, I'm honestly really sad about this one because even though this is kind of red, I feel like the actual cover doesn't have much red, just kind of this. But I think this is the one that has the least red, so we can't do this one. I have the names up there. Let me just grab it. This one also doesn't have any pink or red in it. So honestly, our contenders are Saving Six, which this one I feel like doesn't have much of anything in it. We have Brutal Prince, which this one kind of has the red in it with the strawberries. And I think the one that has the most pink, and especially like even the edges, it has pink in it. This one has the most pink. This is the one that has the most. I don't have any other books on my TBR. I thought I had more books on my physical TBR, but I guess not. Which is a good thing. I'm like minimizing my physical TBR. That's great. I didn't even know I had not that many books. So I think this is the book that has the most pink in it. The edges are pink. I'm gonna count it honestly. Again, I don't want to jinx it. We still have a few more TBR prompts to pick. This video is going great. Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. This one is about Theo Silva's sister. If you don't know who that is the male main character from Reckless, the Chestnut Spring series, which is my favorite book probably that Elsie Silver has ever written. He's my favorite in the series. I rated that book 5 stars. If we get a glimpse of Theo Silva in this book, I don't know what I would do, honestly. I really don't know what I would do. I don't even know what this book is really about. Let's read it. It says, professional bull rider Emmett Bush is not looking for love. He's looking for a paycheck to save his family's farm from bankruptcy. So when he agrees to be the leading man of a hot new reality dating show, Romance Ranch, he's already decided it's all one big performance. Until Julia Silva walks onto his property, smart, snarky, beautiful, and off limits in more ways than one. As the location consultant on set and the little sister of his most bitter professional rival, she's the last woman who should pique his interest. Julia has been warned about Emmett. She knows better than to fall for his cocky swagger, broad shoulders, and smoldering good looks. Plus, she's sworn off relationships. But as Julia and Emmett work together, mutual distaste grows into an unexpected connection and then something more. Soon they find themselves searching for excuses to spend time together, out of reach of the cameras, knowing glances, stolen kisses, secret rendezvous. Still, Emmett signed up to play the role of an illegible bachelor searching for the one. His family's land and legacy depend on him completing the show. The problem is, he's already fallen in love, just not with a contestant. This literally sounds like Love Island. I did not know this was about like a reality TV show. This is perfect for the summertime while I watch Love Island. This is amazing. I'm gonna have the best time reading all of these books. I am so excited. This is the perfect book to add to the summer TBR. I am so excited. Fever Dream by Elsie Silver, 4th book added to the TBR. Guys, I don't think I've ever been happier, honestly. Okay, we're going to pick the 5th prompt for the TBR. Guys, I mean, will you even believe me if I say that I just picked free pick again? Will you believe me? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is the best TBR video on my channel. So if you're witnessing this right now, honestly, I think these are the 2 books that would be on my radar the most. I honestly don't really know. I think I'm reaching more towards this one, honestly, just because everyone talks so well about this author. This would be my first book by Frederick Bachman, actually. I know he's popular for the book Anxious People, the Beartown series. The reason I got this one was just because I wanted to read a book by this author that was recent and see kind of just what the hype is all about. But with a recent book of his, I think he came out with this last year, 2025 probably, and I obviously haven't read it yet. I bought it probably this year, and it's kind of just been sitting on my shelf, but I'm really excited to read this one. This one, again, I don't really know what it's about. So it says, most people don't even notice them, 3 tiny figures sitting at the end of a long pier in the corner of one of the most famous paintings in the world. Most people think it's just a depiction of a wide expanse of sea, but Louisa, soon to be 18 years old and an aspiring artist herself, knows otherwise. She's determined to find out the story behind these 3 enigmatic figures. More than 2 decades before, in a distant seaside town, a group of teenagers find refuge from their bruising home lives by spending long summer days on an abandoned pier, telling silly jokes, sharing secrets, and committing small acts of rebellion. These lost souls find each other a reason to get up every morning, a reason to dream, a reason to love. Out of that summer emerges a transcendent work of art, a painting that after a chance encounter in an alleyway will unexpectedly be placed in Louisa's care. She embarks on a surprise-filled cross-country journey to discover how the painting came to be and to decide what to do with it. The closer she gets to the painting's birthplace, the more anxious she becomes about what she'll find. Louise's complicated life is proof that happy endings are sometimes possible, but they don't always take the form we expect them to. Frederick Bachman's signature charm, humor, and attention to the poignant details of everyday life are on full display in this funny, moving novel. His most heartfelt and personal tale yet, My Friends, is a stunning testament to the transformative, timeless power of art and friendship. This honestly sounds really good. It does take a summer setting, which I am excited about. I kind of just assumed because of the cover it would be taking place in the summer. Also sounds very deep and emotional. Honestly, it's the best of two worlds, getting a summer setting book and getting a very heartfelt, deep, emotional book. I'm really excited for this one, and I'm really excited to read a book by this author finally. So we're adding the 5th book to the TBR. Okay, let's pick our next TBR prompt. Okay, I think this is one. Enemies to lovers, which I don't even know why I have this TBR prompt in there because enemies to lovers is not my favorite trope. Let's see what we could work with. We have the wedding people. I don't even think there's a romance in here for it to be enemies to lovers. I really want to read Saving Six. I don't think this is enemies to lovers though. Maybe Broken Country. I don't really know what this is about, so let me see and read. Beth and her gentle, kind husband Frank are happily married, though their relationship relies on the past staying buried. Okay, this does not sound like enemies to lovers either. We have Little Prince, but this one I don't really want to read, but I honestly don't think there's another book that is enemies to lovers on my shelf. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I just don't know. I don't think it is enemies to lovers, so I'm gonna put this one back. I'm pretty confident it's not enemies to lovers. Let's see the comment. I got this book as an ARC copy, which I still haven't read it yet. It came out April 28th, I believe. This is a high chance that this is enemies to lovers because it's a fantasy book. I feel like a lot of fantasy books are enemies to lovers. Okay, at the end of the very long paragraph on Goodreads, it says enemies, lovers, betrayals, suspense, and a dash of wit and steamy tension enter into the highly addictive and wildly imaginative world of the commons, where the only way to survive is to be common. It's honestly just been sitting on my shelf for a while because I haven't been in the mood for fantasy, but I think because it's such a thin book and it doesn't look too crazy of a fantasy book, I would be pretty excited to read this in the summertime. So this is going to be the 6th book we add to our TBR, I'm pretty sure. I'm really excited about this one because I got an art copy, so this is like my biggest flex, honestly. We have 2 more TBR prompts to pick. Okay, let's pick our 7th prompt. Okay, it's upside down. ChatGPT chooses a prompt. This is honestly a really interesting one. We're getting good prompts today. Okay, let's go to ChatGPT. I do not have the ChatGPT app just because I'm scared of ChatGPT low-key, so I don't even know why I have this prompt in here. I'm doing a TBR prompt chooses my summer TBR. That sounds good enough for me, honestly. Let's send and see what it says. Oh wow, this is a very long one. Add the book on your TBR that feels the most like a perfect summer night, whether that's a beach read. Okay, honestly, no. Okay, let's use the first one here where it says add the other fun options. It says add the oldest book on your TBR. I'm good with this one to use. It's not my favorite, but I'm gonna be fair and say that it is my favorite. All of these I bought this year, so these do not count. This one could be an option. I bought this one a while ago in Target, so this could be an option. Hooked could also be an option. I bought this one a very long time ago, and I think those are really the only 2 that I have been on my shelf for a long time. I think I probably bought The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue after I bought these. Unfortunately, these weren't really on my radar for the summertime. I guess they are now. And I don't know which one to pick. I know Brutal Prince is kind of about, it's like a dark romance maybe. There's a rivalry. I guess it's just 2 families that are kind of enemies, and then there's a girl, a guy, that they have to be forced to be together maybe. I don't know. I don't really feel like reading the back. But this could be an option. This one, Hooked, is a retelling of Peter Pan, Captain Hook's son, James Hook. And yeah, it's kind of like a retelling. I've heard it's good, but I just don't think I would be in the mood for a dark romance in the summer. And I think this might be a dark romance too, but I feel like this one sounds more exciting. It's also a very short book, so this one could honestly be on my radar for the summertime. I know this is a series because they have all the books in the back, so maybe if I enjoy this one I could go and read the other books. Honestly, I don't have the highest hopes for this book just because I'm pretty sure this is like an OG Book Talk 2020 book, and I think I bought it during that time wanting to read it, and then I just haven't yet. So we'll see how I feel about this book because I bought it so long ago that I don't know how I feel about it now. Yeah, this is going to be the 7th book added to the TBR. Okay, and then we have one more book to pick for the TBR. So let's pick our last TBR prompt. A book on your 2025 TBR. I guess I haven't updated this since 2025, but we're going to change it obviously to a book on my 2026 TBR. Honestly, another good prompt because I have these two on my 2026 TBR. I have The Wedding People, I have Broken Country. Let's actually look at the books on my TBR because there's some of them that I don't own physically. Honestly, a lot of the books that we have already picked are also on my 2026 TBR. We have My Friends, The 5-Star Weekend, The Wedding People, which I actually just showed you guys. Wait, I don't have Broken Country on here. I thought it was one of my books. Guess not. So it's just The Wedding People. I actually also have The Nightingale on my 2026 TBR, but I've heard this book is so sad. It's just not my vibe for the summer, so we're gonna put that one right back. Some books that I don't own physically though, we have Slanting Towards the Sea, which this is one that I really want to read in the summertime, so this could be high on my radar. We have Love Hypothesis. The reason I put this one on my 26, the reason why I put this one on my 2026 TBR is because the movie is coming out this year and I really want to read the book before I watch the movie. Fun fact, I actually tried to read the book a long time ago, but I felt like it was too sciencey and I just stopped reading it and I just never went back to it. So we'll see if I go back to it this year. And then I have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I heard this one was really good, even if you don't really like sci-fi, but I've heard it's like sci-fi thriller kind of, and I've heard the summary of what the book is about and it sounds really interesting. And then we have Carrie Soto Is Back, which is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one I've also heard is really good. I love honestly all of Taylor Jenkins Reid books, so this one would be really fun to read, but I think I want to choose one on my physical TBR, and the only one on that list that I have physically that hasn't been picked yet, The Wedding People, which I did really want to read this in the summertime just because of like the look of it. I'm pretty sure I got the summary right. It says, it's a beautiful day in Newport, Rhode Island, where Phoebe Stone arrives at the Grand Cornwall Inn wearing a green dress, gold heels, not a bag in sight, alone. She's immediately mistaken by everyone in the lobby for one of the wedding people, but she's actually the only guest at the Cornwall who isn't here for the big event. Phoebe is here because she's dreamed of coming for years. She hoped to shuck oysters and take sunset sails with her husband, only now she's here without him, at rock bottom and determined to have one last decadent splurge on herself. Meanwhile, the bride has accounted for every detail and every possible disaster the weekend might yield, except for, well, Phoebe and Phoebe's plan, which makes it that much more surprising when the two women can't stop confiding in each other. In turns absurdly funny and devastatingly tender, Allison Espach's The Wedding People is ultimately an incredibly nuanced and resonant look at the winding paths we can take to places we never imagined, and the chance encounters it sometimes take to reroute us. Honestly, this book sounds like it's going to be pure drama just because I'm pretty sure you just get different perspectives of the wedding guests that are going to this wedding, and this whole hotel is filled with people going to this huge event. So I'm really excited about this one too, and that is the last book added to our summer TBR. I am so excited. Let's talk about the books that were added. First, we have The 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hildebrand, The X-Files by Jessica Joyce, Fever Dream by Elsie Silver, My Friends by Frederick Bachman, The Commons by Rebecca, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I'm not gonna try to butcher it, Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark, and The Wedding People by Allison Espach. Those are all the books that are added to my summer TBR. Oh, I also forgot The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. I don't have that one physically, so I completely forgot about it, but that one is also added to the TBR. I am so excited about this stack. Honestly, this is the best TBR video I have ever had. 3 free picks. Are you kidding me? I mean, that is crazy luck. I am so happy with the books we picked for our summer TBR. Come back at the end of the summer to see if I read any of them. I will be doing a summer reading wrap-up in August or September to see which of the books in my we're not in spring anymore. Which of the books in my summer TBR I read, and then obviously all the books I read in the summertime. I'm really excited about this stack. I'm so excited to start reading them. That is going to be the end of today's TBR video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!